It is Booker and Stryker. They are Josh and Tyler, better known, sometimes known as 21 Pilots. Thank you for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So let's jump right into Clancy. I mean, God, if you think about a director or somebody that was putting together a movie somewhere, right? They would say, hey, let's grab an artist to do the soundtrack. You guys cut out the middleman. You said, screw having a director. We want to do everything. And that's kind of what this Clancy journey has been. So, in a Reader's Digest version, can you kind of explain this world? Clancy, what is it? Who is it? Why?
Clancy, that's a great question. It is going to be the quick version, but Clancy is kind of our hero, our protagonist of a story that we've been telling for over 10 years now. And so, with the record Blurry Face, that was kind of the introduction of the antagonist, kind of the bad guy of this story. He's also known as Nico, so he's referenced a few times in other songs. So Blurry Face is the bad guy, Clancy is the good guy. This is a story we've been telling where we haven't really revealed kind of the name or identity of our hero the whole time. And so for us to finally name the album Clancy is kind of I guess a planting a flag moment for us as in our fans that have been following the story this whole time. So this is kind of the first time we've been really out front with what the story has been telling and the characters and the world that it lives in and everything. And we're excited to kind of give it its final hurrah on this album. So that's the goal.
It's Tyler and Josh from 21 Pilots with Booker and Stryker. So Tyler, when you wrote Blurry Face and you made it, you knew that there would be a Trench and a Scaled and Icy and a Clancy. Back when Blurry Face came out, you knew what was going to happen?
Yeah, I guess we probably could have tipped our hat, tipped our hand a little better than we did. But yeah, I mean, it was, I think it's interesting how I knew for Scale and Icy, the previous record, I knew that there was going to be some sort of record that was dedicated to kind of isolation and captivity. And it is truly unbelievable that it lined up and not to, there's obviously no positives that come from 2020 and having to quarantine and everything, but it is pretty eerie how it all lined up that was the album that we wanted to tell, and yet at the same time we were personally living this inability to go out and tour and this kind of fighting the feeling of isolation just like everyone else in the whole world was feeling. So yeah, no, the cadence of the records, it was kind of, I guess, there are some details you fill in on the way, but the overall outline has been there for a long time.
Overcompensate is sort of the first part of this journey. I don't know if it's the first song in chronological order or if it's, quote, the single. It is badass. It's got this Prodigy thing going to it. Did you decide this was a single, or is this really just the first part of this new journey in that order?
I don't think that we really saw it as a single as much as I think we learned the importance of an opening track on an album. I think that when people think back on our record, Trench, they just say it's so rock heavy and so, so distorted and threatening. And I would say, well, you're just describing Jumpsuit, which is the first song on the record. And I realized at that moment that a lot of people like the opening track of an album and the opening song of a concert. Everyone else's from there on their lens for the rest of the album or the rest of the show is filtered through that first song. And so we knew that the first track on the album was going to be very important. We knew we wanted to be the first song that we play live for our shows moving forward, and so we knew we had to come out with some attitude and some energy and try to really set the tone.
I love hearing that answer. That is awesome. Overcompensate next semester, Backslide, exactly 7 songs into the album, and it's not out yet as we sit here today, but thanks for sending it over. There is a song, The Craving, Jenna's version. That's exactly in the middle. So yeah. I assume that's perfectly placed there. Is there a change in tempo or attitude on the record for the second half as you lead into that song?
I think you'll be surprised how we pick back up out of that middle moment. I guess I describe, I was talking with our manager about like how he interprets that song, and he really feels like it's a moment away from the shiny lights. It's an acoustic song in the middle, smack dab in the middle of a really otherwise pretty threatening and energetic record. And it's the moment where you get outside of the city, and you can really the lights the light pollution fades away, and you get more of a visual of the stars and the natural light that pops through. And that's kind of the idea of what this song was supposed to be. And then we pretty quickly kind of rush back into Metropolis world, where there's a ton of craziness going on. So it's a bit of a breath of fresh air in the middle of the record.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think that it represents what you're going to hear after that.
Well, sipping on my Capri Sun like it's Dom Perignon and Lavish, which is the song after that. I just got to say, I appreciate that line. I also like that you got the 3 stripes, the tracksuit, Adidas jacket on right now. It's Tyler and Josh and Booker. I'll let you ask the next question, please.
Okay, so the album delayed 1 week in the grand scheme of things. I don't know if that's a big deal, but I love the reasoning behind it. It's because you really wanted this thing to be a complete package that's presented to the world. Are we getting that right? And maybe clarify a little bit about the delay and why it's so important to you guys.
Yeah, so this is something we've never done before, but we have been working on shooting a music video for every song on the album. And we've got them all shot now, but then, obviously, like, we realized to edit together 14 videos takes a little while. So yeah, we wanted to get them right and make sure that we feel really happy and proud of all these, because a lot of times when you're introduced to a song or an album, you kind of, in your mind, you visualize the music video that it corresponded with. And so I think we wanted to take that really seriously and present it the way that we envision doing it.
Stryker, I know
All
has
right.
one of your numbers. I'm
All
not sure if he has
right.
both
All
of
right.
your numbers, but I know
All
at one
right.
point he was like, guys,
Okay.
I'm available for one of these videos.
Yeah, he
on.
texted
No.
me about it.
It was okay. And then the response was noted. This is the greatest moment in Booker and Stryker history. So I take it that he didn't make the cut.
Jesus Christ.
Stryker didn't know who to text.
Yeah.
Should have texted me. I would have put you in right away.
You would have
So you
slotted
screwed up,
right
dude.
away, Stryker, I gotta be honest.
Listen,
Yeah.
I would have gone on the casting couch in a rated G sort of way. I would have showed you my reel and my past acting performances.
Yeah.
I do have moving on. Booker, I gotta
No
kick
need
your
to
ass.
move on. I think we should stay on this for a
I'm
while.
so
This is kind of
embarrassed.
funny. Denied.
Noted.
Already is.
Noted. I said more than that. I didn't just say noted. Come on.
No, it was noted.
Now I'm
That was
pulling up
it.
my text.
I think we want to frame it and hang it on the wall in the office. We
Good
really
to know.
do.
Noted. I think is the exact
Yeah.
line. Look it
Yeah,
up.
haha, for sure noted.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
For sure meant no way, I think, in that.
Yeah, that's like for sure.
To be fair, that's what Tyler texted me back when I asked if I could be in the band.
I gotcha.
So just give it some time.
Okay.
Be persistent.
I have questions for my man Josh Dunn, whose name gets dropped, of course, in Overcompensate. How many of the videos for all the songs, I think there's 13, did you direct?
I did one of them.
Which one?
The song Backslide. And yeah, I guess directing a video is it's just like a long TikTok.
Really long.
Yeah, it's a really long, thought out, expensive TikTok. Is really all it boils down to.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
It was really stressful. It's
When we were wrapping up, I was like, "Hey, you think you'd ever want to do this again?" He said, "No."
I'll pass. No, I think, I mean, it's like anything that you have to put a lot of like hard work and effort into is tough, but then the reward is the outcome of that result. And I think we experienced that when we write and record records, and then put shows together or tour. It's a nice payoff, and to have something that you can sit with and enjoy, and other people can enjoy, is meaningful for sure. So Yeah, it was hard work, it was stressful, and I think, like, I think just the kind of making sure that all the time management on the day of shooting, because I all of a sudden got like ultra sensitive of his time while he's like the star of the music video. And normally, like, we'll go into music videos and kind of like sometimes we're sitting in a room waiting for most of the day, and other days where we're doing a lot of the stuff on our own, we're just like packing up drums in a Polaris and moving it across, but it is a lot of kind of waiting, and being on the other side of it, I got ultra sensitive, and I was like, I think you should be good for 15 minutes if you want to sit down and rest. Um,
Oh, that's
but
so
that was,
sweet.
yeah, I don't know,
That's funny.
that was like one of the biggest challenges.
A question about the upcoming tour. There's 2 LA dates at the brand new arena/dome
Just
called
text
the.
me, Striker.
Huh?
Just text me. If you want to go, text me.
Okay, noted.
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 How are you going to have a full array of humans on stage for this tour? How planned out are you for that?
It is just us 2 on tour.
Really?
Yep, just the 2 of us on stage now. So for Scale and Icy, we did a bit of an experiment, adding some other players on stage. It was really awesome, a lot of fun. It feels like, and not that we will never do that again, but this tour, I guess we've never really officially like said that, but
Yeah.
this tour is just going to be Josh and I on stage for the whole,
Nice.
couple hours. So I'm gonna have to get in shape.
Everything you guys do is seemingly incredibly thought out. So when you look at this tour and the success of the band, you probably can do a lot more. So are the visuals going to be amped up? Are we going to be a part of a story that will play out much like this whole tale has? What does this look like?
You got some ideas?
Stryker does. Hold on. Stryker, go ahead.
Okay.
Listen,
As long as Stryker's in it, yes, he has ideas.
I was gonna
couple
say, could do some room.
trampolines on
Yeah.
the side of the
Trampoline.
stage. Yes, the round ones like it's an old exercise video, and you just bounce up and down. My band's
like the mini
involved. Yeah, just like
Yeah.
that.
Or you know what? We make everyone in our crew has to be jumping on a small trampoline everywhere that they are in the arena, and they have to show. It's because I need them to promote excitement for what it is they're doing and belief in what it is they're doing. So you'll see our lighting director bouncing around on trampolines. I like that idea.
Even if they're backstage.
Yeah.
For the backstage.
We've always wanted to try to fit giraffes in.
Isn't that how you met
But-
Josh at the zoo at the giraffe exhibit?
What was that?
Isn't that how you guys met at the giraffe exhibit
That-
at the
yeah.
zoo?
True.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
point.
And that's why we wanted to do it. It was an homage.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very thought out. Only Stryker remembered that it's so
Yeah.
thought
Well,
out.
yeah, it's very hard to remember all of the different ways that Josh and I met.
I have
You've made up many different ones, I'm sure.
a question about recording the full album, and this goes to Josh Dunn. Was your role in the recording of this, did it seem more collaborative, less, or exactly how it's been the last 10 plus years?
I would say relatively close, but I think that the past couple albums that we've recorded, I was actually living in LA, which we've really learned how to collaborate from a distance, which is nice. But being back in Columbus was also very nice because just proximity you kind of can't beat. So yeah, I think kind of being over there at his studio and then capturing drums at my studio at my house, it was it feels really good to be able to do stuff in our kind of own respective spaces, and I also think that doing it that way for me personally kind of like lets me feel like I have a little bit more time with it to make it feel like kind of what I want it to be, rather than renting out a studio in LA or wherever and feel like I gotta just get it done so that we're not paying thousands of dollars for the space. So yeah, I think I guess I would say probably a little more on this one, just simply by being around.
Nice.
Is this as fun as it's always been? Is it more fun? Is it work in a different way? I mean, these visuals and the things that you've done, listening to Josh talk about having to make a video, it sounds a little grown up. And are you having as much fun being grown ups in all of this?
I was gonna say, I described it to someone the other day that, when I had 2 kids, I felt like a musician who had 2 kids. But then now that I've had my third, I feel like a dad who plays music. Like, this is just the cherry on top to everything else in life. It really does put it in perspective, having been able to do this for this long, just how lucky we are to be in this position. I mean, there's so many bands and artists that are probably way more talented and way more deserving of this than us, and yet somehow, we've found this crease with a group of people and a fan group that just elevates us in a way that sometimes we don't really deserve, but we're just trying to stay appreciative. And yeah, we're having fun. We're still having a lot of fun. It puts it all in perspective too. All the different jobs out there, all the different things that people do for a living that they learn to take pride in. How lucky we are that this is ours. And and it's relatively, as much as recording a music video is hard to do, I always say it's better than mulching. So
I always say digging ditches. That's funny. Of course, I'm from like Wheeling, West Virginia, so we're very close in our thought processes.
Yeah.
It has to do with gardening with all of us, or pumping gas, one or the other.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
One thing that you just mentioned about deserving this and how has this happened? Listen, I'm an old dude. You can see the grays in my hair now. I remember in 2012, I didn't even know what you 2 idiots look like. And I heard this music and I felt an instant connection. And so I started screaming, there are these 2 guys from Ohio. And so if that happened to me, that's what has happened with millions of people. And it's like, we know the work ethic is there and the talent is there and the live shows and the connection. That's the secret sauce. So we appreciate all the great music and great times from you guys.
Well, I still have one of my one of the videos. You know how on your phone you can set it that a memory kind of like shows up, like a photo or a video or whatever. Every once in a while, I'll get a memory of a video of Josh and I in a green room backstage, and we're huddled around a computer, and it's because you were playing "Holding On to You" for the very first time, and that was such a big moment for us. So we thank you as well, man.
Yeah.
You guys.
It's cool.
And maybe we'll put you in a music video.
Okay.
It's all he wants. It'll make his day.
It would. I mean,
It is, again, noted.
Okay.
Noted. It all comes back to noted.
Yeah.
21 Pilots.
Tape.
It's so great to hear you guys talk. It's wild to hear you guys talk about, you feel so lucky, but I don't think bands sometimes understand that are so different than everybody else because you are. There's no band that sounds like you. Like, every time you could put most bands and say, well, they kind of sound like this. 21 Pilots sounds like 21 Pilots. That's like an achievement. That's an accomplishment. Like, bands don't get to do that, So congratulations on just being so unique and, giving us such great music along the way. So it's been a privilege for us to talk to you again. And
thank you,
best
guys.
of luck with Clancy.
We can't wait to see you.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep. Welcome back to Trench. Clancy's at Escape Me.
Welcome
Let's
back to
go.
Trench.
Come on.
That song just kills, man.
I like Goldie Station. It feels like I'm watching Mad Men, the old TV show, for part of it for some reason. I don't know why, but that's kind of what I feel. I don't know why we're supposed to end the interview. So sorry. Go ahead, Booker.
Well, interview's over. Now we're asking hey, last time we talked, we were talking about TV shows that you're not allowed to watch without your wife, Tyler. And what are you guys watching together now? Like, what's the new hot thing? Because I think we talked about this last time.
So we're trying to start. We started watching a show, Fallout, on Amazon.
Yep.
And then she was leaning over on me as we were watching. We were trying to be cuddly for a second, and then I realized that she was leaking on me. She's breastfeeding currently, and so
we got it. We understood.
Yes.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, we don't really have time to watch shows right now, bro.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
All right.
This interview
guys.
is leaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm leaking right now.
I'm leaking.
Thank you both so much. I know we only had like 20 minutes, but man, we got a lot. We can't wait to see you live. Congratulations on everything. The full album, of course, drops May 24th. Clancy, and it's amazing. See you guys later.
See ya.
Thank you guys.
Okay, bye.
All right.
See you.